How do I look for coins when choosing trades? Pretty much like the way that I go about things is I look for, like, I'm primarily a long-sided trader. And the reason I say that is because during like bullish market conditions on, for example, the 4 hour on BTC, if I see Bitcoin is making higher highs and higher lows, I love trading an environment like that, and I'll start to send out a lot more trades this way because then I know that the altcoins that I'm taking longs on is in an environment where Bitcoin is making higher highs and higher lows. So it makes it like a lot easier to be looking for trades. With that said, while I'm looking for those kinds of alts to take trades on, then at the same time, I'm putting myself in a situation where I get the opportunity to, one, do I want to long BTC or do I want to long altcoins? Well, I prefer when Bitcoin's in a bullish environment to, take swings on BTC when the time is right. And at support, like Sunday, this was a great trade, SR flip trade, something like that. And then just take them at key levels versus scalping BTC, which I don't really like to do. So besides those trades on Bitcoin, I will look on alts. I will see which alts are outperforming Bitcoin on the day. And I will start making a list and keep, or at the very least, mentally keeping in mind different alts that are strong on the day. And if, for example, we have a daily pullback, or I mean like a pullback on that exact same day, then I'm going to start looking at those coins that were strong earlier as the ones I want to long later in the day. So like, for example, say here's up 9%, right? If Bitcoin pulls back to like $76,000 or 77K in a few hours, this one was up 9%. I'll probably start to look for longs like on say here for this strength to continue. For example, I'll mark out key SR levels, things like that. And that's kind of how I would look to take trades. It's like I mark out strength and then I move from there after I find that strength. And that's how I find like the coins that I want to take trades on for that day. Do I set stop loss to break even and trim when TP1's hit? Do I still set stop loss to break even? Go for whatever profit booking percentages you'd like. The reason I say that is because like whenever it comes to that with booking profit, guys, the difficulty everyone's going to have is like if you book profit at TP1, including your entire take profit, like if you take your whole trade at TP1 and close it, you're gonna make more profit, at least initially, but not every trade is going to come down and hit break even after TP1, and you're gonna miss out on some gains. Like I think a really good example, and I don't know how I missed this to talk about it, was high here. Since we talked last, I gave this trade to VIP on Friday, and we hit not only this whole setup, but I closed our like runner for this trade at 2-1. So like at 2-1, that runner was at like 17R, right? But this thing went all the way up to 0.56. So in one day, this thing pumped 400%. So for example, if you closed here at 1R, you missed pretty much like a 10R move. Overall, it was like a 50% without the runner. So that's a great example of like, for anyone who's like, oh, you're just going to hit break even every time, don't take full profits at TP1. Not necessarily. It's not like a given. Let's go back to BTC so you guys can kind of get my full thoughts on this. So for Bitcoin here, guys, what I will say is on the daily, take a look at price action here. Or actually, we're gonna look at the weekly, but I'll show you guys on the daily like my thoughts. I currently like am at a point where I think the easy move, quote unquote, is done on Bitcoin now because we hit this topside resistance from Feb 1st. And like if you start to see Bitcoin on lower time frames get above 79,317. I do think it's going to continue higher, aka I think it's going to probably come to this next resistance at $81,000. This is also this imbalance gets filled whenever $81,000 hits, and you guys see these wicks here from 20th November of last year and then 29th of Jan. Those are pretty much showing like the support at 81k, and so I do think we probably see a move to there coming up. We are, like I said though, already at a resistance zone here, and so like this is kind of the difficulty with taking fresh longs. Like this is more of a area where I would actually say a short is gonna probably serve you better than looking for longs here. The way that I'm gonna go about this, guys, I'm gonna start like a small short here already, just because I already am in longs from 73k down to 60, as you guys saw like on my Twitter and stuff. And so a short for me, the way that I would really like look at it is something like that. And it's pretty simple in regards to like what I'm wanting out of this. If Bitcoin starts to accept back above 81k, like I actually do think that this thing could make a move it could make a move higher. Let's go to the daily for some targets here. I think that the daily 200 moving average is actually a great target. If you look at the daily 200, guys, in previous bear markets, this was a great example in March of 2022, where that was like a high of a bear market, like a local high. And as you can see, like we even broke out of this range back in 2022. We had the SR flip there. We were breaking back into this 2021 range, but then we got rejected right at that daily 200. And so I could see a similar scenario where it looks like we're reclaiming this old range, but then we get rejected at the daily 200 once again. That would not really surprise me. So in terms of like shorts, two opportunities that I'd be looking at here, and then up here at around 85k. Take a look at this and then I'll put it in chat.